I did not realize that this would hit me so hard emotionally. I've been rejected before, I've made risky investments, but trying to raise external capital has brought to light something deeper. Pride, fear, embarrassment that I didn't realize I was even carrying. Welcome back to Beyond 40 and Just Getting Started, the place where we dive into the journey of growth and abundance after 40. One of my stated objectives for my Summit Acreage False Peaks is to raise external capital and to build the muscle of engaging limited partner investors. For weeks now, I've been pushing off the activities needed to start pursuing external capital. Most of the time for reasons I can't even explain. Just knowing that there was emotional baggage there that was uncomfortable. As I buried my head in the sand, Summit Acreage's operations continued to go forward. More and more purchase agreements are being signed, leaving us in a committed situation where we need capital to purchase these properties. Finally, when I got to a point where I knew I had to do something, but it just seemed too hard to go the structured route, actually engaging a lawyer to create the comprehensive private note, I instead approached a dear friend talking about a short-term bridge loan. I knew this friend could easily afford the bridge loan I was asking for, and I knew that the solid relationship we had would give me the trust capital I needed to have that conversation. That friend decided to tell me no, and that no stung a lot more than I expected. Consciously, I know that rejection's part of the game, but when it comes from somebody that you trust and that you know could financially afford to help you, and especially when you're already dealing with your own demons of the emotions it's bringing up to create the structure to take on a larger variety of investment, that no stings like salt in an open wound. My friend's no sent me back into a loop of burying my head in the sand for days, realizing that I'm struggling internally with a deep need to be self-sufficient. We're encouraged to be self-sufficient. We're encouraged to be independent. And this circumstance I was in of desiring to go out for external capital felt too much to me like needing external capital. And that was crossing a mental barrier for me that left me feeling in a position of weakness, a weakness that was very uncomfortable. I've agonized many hours about how to get myself into a position of power when having these conversations with future external investors into Summit Acreage. Not wanting to cross that mental line of being self-sufficient. I wanted to make sure I was approaching these conversations from a sincere position of providing to the LP an opportunity to invest instead of having to approach the LP needing their investment. All the while, more time passed and more purchase agreements are signed, meaning more and more capital is required into Summit Acreage. Consciously, I know that partnership is powerful. Consciously, I know the saying, if you want to go far, go together. But just because I know it in my head doesn't mean it's easy to get my heart to actually take action. These last weeks really have brought to life deep interior feelings that I didn't realize I was even carrying. While admittedly it's been a painful road, I'm happy to say I am walking it slowly. It has been a baby step after baby step attempt to reprogram my thinking to where I can sincerely believe that partnering with others will help me go farther. Sometimes that's what we have to do. When we run into an obstacle that feels so overwhelming in front of us, our option is either run away or be patient enough to sit with it, to examine it from a variety of perspectives, and eventually create a mental 3D image of that obstacle from all angles to where we can finally feel like we understand it. And as we understand it, as G.I. Joe used to say, knowing's half the battle. So as we understand it, we start to see a way through it. That doesn't necessarily mean the way will be easy, but it does mean that we can start to take actions. I'm committed to just getting started. I'm committed to checking the box of receiving external capital to help fund the growth of Summit Acreage. And part of that commitment is now requiring me to face my personal demons. On your journey out of the employee swimming pool towards the prosperity pool, you're bound to run into massive obstacles too. It may not be external capital funding, but there will be some obstacle that hits you harder than you expect it to. And it will absolutely be a trial of your commitment to your journey to the prosperity pool. As Ed Mylett would say, that's a sign you're on the road that others are unwilling to take. So don't run away from that obstacle. Instead, sit with it. Be comfortable in your discomfort. Truthfully, as much as anything in this video, I'm trying to speak to myself. The words coming out of my mouth do not necessarily reflect the emotions in my heart, but I am trying to sit with my obstacle of external capital funding for Summit Acreage. Where are you in your life restraining yourself because you're unwilling to take a partnership or the assistance of somebody else? Where are you holding yourself back because of a need for self-sufficiency the same way I am? Identify that self-imposed limitation and find a way around it. Find a different vantage point to where you can see that obstacle in a light that helps you realize it is surmountable. That's part of the journey of just getting started. Where in this community, we're intent on building our projects, our passions, and the things that drive us to bring value into this world for ourselves and for all of those around us. Join me on this journey. Subscribe to this community. Let's make this a vibrant place for the growth of all of us who are trying to overcome our demons in pursuit of higher achievement. Thanks for joining. See you next time.